Okay, boys and girls, we're going to talk about some different types of sentences. Now, yesterday we talked about what two type of sentences? We talked about statements and we talked about questions. Do you remember that yesterday? And we talked about how those type of sentences are called what? Who remembers what those type of sentences were called? Do you remember the fancy word for those? Does anybody remember that? Anybody remember? A declarative sentence is a statement and an interrogative sentence is a question. A declarative and an interrogative. So what I want us to look at right now is right here. We're going to talk about two more types of sentences. Okay, Olivia? The type of sentences we're going to talk about today are a command and an exclamation. Now, a command is a sentence that tells you to do something. A command is also known as an imperative. Everybody say imperative. Say it again. An imperative is a command. It's telling you what to do. Wash the muddy dog. It starts with a capital, oops, and it ends with a period. It tells you what to do. Everybody, sit up straight. Push your chair in. Sit like Mona Lisa. That is a command. It's an imperative. It's telling you what to do. You're not sitting like Mona Lisa. Thank you. Now, an exclamation is called an exclamatory sentence. And it is one that shows some sort of emotion, strong emotion. Stop that dog! And it always begins with a capital letter and it ends with an exclamation mark. So it's easy to identify because it ends with what? An exclamation mark. Even though this one looks kind of small, doesn't it, for some reason? I don't know why they're so small in here. But it is an exclamation mark. So we could tell the difference between the two sentences by how they end. A command ends with a period. An exclamation sentence, an exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamation mark. So let's do a little practice and see if we can identify those two sentences. So let's look at sentence number one. Who'd like to read sentence number one and tell me what type of sentence it is? Hector?
My cat is stuck in a tree.
What kind of sentence is that? Look how it ends. It ends with what?
Exclamation.
Yeah, so what kind of sentence is that?
A strong food.
Well, what do we call that sentence? Is it a command or an exclamation? Exclamatory sentence. Thank you. Number two, please. Evelyn.
Start the car.
Is that a command or an exclamatory sentence? Command. Thank you. It ends with a period. Bryson, number three.
Whoa, what a big dog.
Okay? It ends with an exclamation mark. So what kind of sentence is that?
Exclamatory sentence.
Exclamatory sentence. Very good. Number four, please. Santiago.
We won the prize.
We won a prize. It ends with an exclamation mark. What type of sentence is it? Yes, buddy, it ends with an exclamation point, so it's going to be an exclamation, exclamatory sentence. Very good. Number five, Ava.
Go put your shoes on.
What is that?
A command.
A command. It ends with a period. It's telling you to do something. Very good. Number six, Bianca. It ends with a period, so what type of sentence is this? A command or an exclamatory sentence?
Command.
A command. Boys and girls, we tell the difference by number one, what it's ending with. Commands end with periods. Exclamations end with what? What do exclamatory sentences always end with? Evelyn?
Exclamation point.
End with exclamation points. Because sometimes, boys and girls, an exclamatory sentence can be a command, but if it has a lot of feeling with it, it can end with an exclamation point. So you look to see what it ends with. Command, command, command. It ends with a period. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. If I'm telling you to get out of the way, is that a command? If I say get out of the way, is that a command? Am I telling you to do something? Okay. If you're walking down the street and a piano is going to fall on your head, that's a command if I say get out of the way. But am I just going to say it like that? Get out of the way? Or am I going to say get out of the way? So what would that sentence end in, Olivia?
Exclamation.
It'd be an exclamation. So in that case, it's going to be an exclamatory sentence. So not only is it a command, it's an exclamatory sentence. So I'm telling you something, telling you to do something, but I have an exclamation on the end of that sentence because I really want you to get out of the way before a piano falls on your head. So to tell the difference between the two sentences, Hector, what am I going to look at? I'm going to look at the punctuation mark. I'm going to see, how is my sentence ending? Is it ending in a period? Because then it's a command. Or is it ending with an exclamation mark? And then I'm going to know it's an exclamatory sentence. That's how I'm going to know the difference. That's how I'm going to know the difference between whether I'm talking about it being an exclamatory or a command here. So commands tell you to do something. They end with a period. Exclamatory sentences end with an exclamation mark. Oh, it's starting to rain. How exciting. We haven't seen rain in ever so long. Now, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to have you do 1.2.2. Now, I think you gave that. Did you hand in 1.2.2 to me yesterday?
Yes.
Did I give it back to you? Well, I'm going to have you do 1.2.2. And it's very much like the paper we did yesterday, where we're going to be identifying commands and exclamatory sentences, and we'll just have to write what type of sentence it is. So I'm going to pass back that paper to you right now.